Hello and welcome to episode 54 of Legacy Gaming with Atari Man 71. I'm currently playing through my Atari 2600 cartridge collection. I have over 450 cartridges and approximately 400 of which are unique games. I'm only going to play the unique games here because it's pointless to play the games that are basically the same. It's just repackaged or rebranded. If you like retro gaming, or as I call this, legacy gaming, and I call this legacy gaming because I believe these are the consoles that brought video games into the home. Home consoles are basically at their infancy playing these games. And, you know, it is retro gaming, but I want to call these legacy because they do have a legacy behind them. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I am active on all three platforms, and if there's something you would like to see, please leave a comment in chat or on Twitch or a message on Twitter, sorry, and or a comment in YouTube, and I'll get back to you. I get back to all the comments that people post, and I'm very active on all of them. Also on Twitter, I post additional content regularly regarding Atari 2600, you know, retro gaming, and my collection. So tonight I'm going to continue with my Activision collection. I have 3 more games. I have Private Eye, I have Pitfall II, which is one of my favorite games, and I have H.E.R.O. And you may notice that the cartridge for H.E.R.O, the picture that I have here, is not like the cartridge that most people are used to. This game I bought out of Australia, and so it's PAL format, but fortunately I have a converter box, and I'll show you it, you know, functioning and me plugging it in and it actually, you know, converting the signal. The colors aren't perfect, but it does something. And I do have a copy of H.E.R.O for NTSC on order. However, I've not received it yet, and I'm just going to go ahead with this PAL format one. I have quite a few PAL games that I'm going to be playing here for Activision, just because they're harder to find. I bought them 20 years ago from Australia, and you know, I've never really gone through and played the games. And H.E.R.O is one of them. I've not been able to play it until recently, so I'm really not that good at it, but I really enjoy these games, and so I will play them for you and see what we can do. So the first game tonight is Private Eye, so I'm going to call up my information on Private Eye. Give me a moment here. So Private Eye is cartridge AG-034-04. And the last set of numbers, I believe that existed in all the previous ones, but they may not have put out there. I apologize for my dog and the fan sound that you may hear in the background. So anyway, like I was saying, Private Eye is cartridge AG-034-04. It was released in 1983, and it uses a joystick controller. And as always, Retro Command controller. So I really don't have any experience with this game as a young child, and I really haven't played it a lot as an adult. I've had the game for probably 20 years, and like I said, I've not really played my collection, so I'm going to go through it here for the stream. And I didn't really get to practice it much because I was sick last weekend. But I spent a little time prior to this trying to see if I could solve the first case, and you know, it's actually kind of difficult. So I pulled some information off of Wikipedia, and I'll go through those now. So the game consists of 4 separate cases using a specially built Model A that can jump over obstacles. Players must search the city for a specific clue to a crime and for the objects stolen from the crime. Each item must then be returned to the point of origin. The clue is taken to a business to verify that it came from there, and the stolen object is returned to the rightful owner. These items may be discovered in any order, but players may carry only one item at a time. When both items have been located and returned, the player must locate and capture Le Fiend and finally take him to jail, successfully closing the case. And so I will tell you, in the first case, I've found the items, and I know where Le Fiend is, and I've gotten Le Fiend, but I got him 3 screens from the jail, and I ran out of time. So there's a statute of limitations, and it's basically the timer in the game. You only get 3 minutes to solve it, so I might have a couple attempts here. Okay, so however, the city is full of street thugs who will attack the player. If the player is hit while carrying an item, either the clue or stolen property, the item is lost and must be relocated. Further, each case has a statute of limitations, which serves as a game's time limit. To win the game, the player must locate and verify the clue, locate and return the stolen property, and lastly, locate Le Fiend and take him to jail within the time allotted. The player starts with 1,000 merit points. Points are lost whenever the player hits an obstacle or is attacked by a thug, and are awarded whenever the item is located and subsequently returned. And when the thug or Le Fiend himself is nabbed, each case represents a separate game variation. When the case is solved, all 4 crimes at the same... Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped here. Each case represents a separate game variation. When the case is solved or time runs out, the game ends. A 5th variation requires the player to solve all 4 crimes at the same time. So that's game 5. So, from watching YouTube videos, I've determined that you really need great timing and really a complete understanding of the map. Because there's a couple levels, at least in this first case, where you go back and forth between the areas, and then when you go left one way, it's right the other way, and you get turned around easily. And really everything looks the same, so it's easy to get confused as to where you are. So if you, and I'm not going to attempt it, but if you can complete case 3, you will be awarded the Super Sleuth's badge. And so that's, that Atari club thing that you send, or the Activision club thing that you send in your screenshot that you completed the case, and then they'll send you the badge. So VGR ratings for this game, the graphics are rated 4 for good, and the playability is 3, which is worth playing. So here we have my private eye cartridge. I will put it in the Atari. I will turn on the video capture card, and hopefully all will work well. Hey, look at that. Okay, so this is the game. It's fairly weird looking. You got a giant nose. It's Jimmy Durante as a police officer, I guess. Take a drink, just a moment. So here you see some of the scenery. There's forest areas, there's birds, there's potholes. There's bricks and flower pots, but I'm just going to start playing this game. I'm going to play it a few times because I don't know that I'll solve it. If I do solve it, maybe I'll go on to game 2. Okay, 3 minutes. So first, yeah, I've lost a whole bunch of demerits, and really, those don't mean anything. Really, the thing is the time. Oh. So that's the money bag. So I need to return that. That's the $10,000, sorry. I need to return that to the bank. Police station. So I returned the money, so now I need to find the gun. Whoops. And I know... Jeez. I'm not real good at this game, I'll be honest. My reaction time is terrible. So that's one thing. So you see these guys throwing the knives. So now I got the gun. So now I'm going to go back. So the guys throwing the knives, if they hit me when I have the gun, I will lose the gun. See, I lost it, so now I need to go back here. Ugh. Grab the gun again. Now I need to take the gun, and there's a guy in the forest here. With the knife. So now I took that. So now I need to go get the bad guy. So I don't have nothing, so it didn't matter that I got hit with the knife there. And I know the bad guy is this way. So I got 27 seconds. So go back here. 10 seconds. I don't think I'm going to make it. I think it's the absolute next screen. You know, that one, that getting hit with that knife, that was enough to do me in. So I'm going to try it again. And I know hitting stuff slows you down a little bit. But, you know, when it's a game of seconds, and that game really is a game of seconds, it's important to try to miss everything. Oh, there's the money bag. So now here we got... Ugh. Police station. Bank should be the next screen. Next screen. Next screen. Oh, jeez. It's on this row. So you just keep going to get the gun. This is just frustrating. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. I'm probably not going to solve it now because I have to go all the way back here to a window so I can find the gun again. Well, I know I'm not going to solve the game at this point, so I'm just going to hit reset and start over. And I'm actually going to try for the gun first. Since I know that the gun actually has more knife throwers, I'm going to try for that first. I mean, that was the strategy I employed when I was practicing. Ugh. I just got to avoid all this crap. Those little rats, I mean, that's just kind of ridiculous. Or a squirrel or whatever the heck it is. So I got the gun. So now, when you get the clue, you don't get the knife throwers if it's the first thing. So when I get the money bag, it's going to... it's going to have the knife throwers, but it's a shorter distance from when you get the money bag back to the bank. It's just ridiculous. So you see there's no knife thrower there. That So now I got the gun, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to continue because I think the money is this way. Yeah, there's the money. So I go through here. Police station. See, and there's fewer knife throwers. Oh no! So I gotta go back 1 or 2 maybe. So I got the money, so now I want to get LaFleur and take him to the police station. Ta-da! I solved the game, so that's case 1. So maybe 994,925 too. Gives you a lot of points in this game. So I'm gonna switch to game 2. I've not tried this one at all yet. 2 minutes. So you got to get a vase and take it to the museum. I've seen it done, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Nope. See, and this is what I was doing in practice. You know, you go and you... Jesus. You go through the map and you go to these suspects and try to find... Ooh, there's suspects in the woods, I guess, huh? Nothing. So this game actually does take a little time. Okay, so I got the vase. So now I don't know where the museum is, but I'm... Ooh, that... You can't go through there, huh? It's blocked. Well, let's keep going this way. I don't know if it wraps around or if it just goes to a dead end. That's a cut through. So I guess yeah, you can jump over some of those, the ones that aren't marked. So now I gotta get LaFleur, which I have not seen him yet. Now I got knives being thrown at me. Gotta jump at the right time. Alright, well, that's pointless. Now that's one you cannot pass. Did remarkably well finding the ugh. Alright, I'll reset it again. So I'm gonna go this way this time. Try to find LaFleur. And he shows up. There's the tailor. The tailor is part of a... Oof. There's nothing more this way. There he is. There's LaFleur. You see him. He pokes his head up and down. But the moment you try to get him without probable cause, you can't. So there's a tailor. So I'm guessing there is another clue here. Some needle and thread or something like that. I think I've seen that somewhere else. So LaFleur is actually not that far from the police station. That's actually helpful. And like I said, I'm just exploring here, so that's nothing. So that guy is nothing. That guy is nothing. So there's the vase again. And we looked this way, and did we see all the bad guys this way? Okay, so I'm going to count. I don't have a lot of time left. Alright, one more try at this one. So we found LaFleur, we found the vase. Now I think there's a sewing needle and thread that we need to find. So the first opportunity, blocked. Blocked. So to go the same direction I was going, you go this way. Because you turn around. Well, there's the vase, and I didn't want the vase. Can't go that way. To turn the vase in and go to the museum. And there's probably a quicker way to do this. Button. And I believe that needs to go to the tailor. Well, I'm not going to get enough time. Well, that's it. I'm gonna call it a game. That is Private Eye. It's actually worth playing. It is actually pretty fun. You know, I've not spent a lot of time playing it in the past, so you know, if I spend a little more time in it, you know, it probably is worth the effort. So I'm gonna turn that off. Take that game out. My next game is one I've raved about. It's one I've played before. It's Pitfall II. Pitfall II. It's part 2. So, growing up, I had this game. And so, I'll call up my information on it. I don't really have a ton, but... So, Pitfall II is cartridge AB-035-04. It was released in 1984, and it uses a joystick controller. And growing up, this was my absolute favorite game to play. I'd spend hours mastering running through the labyrinth in an attempt to get a perfect score. At the time, I theorized that I missed a gold bar somewhere, but I really don't know. Perfect score is 1,999 points, and maybe I did have a perfect score, but I thought that somehow I missed something because it wasn't 200,000. It was not a round number. And I definitely consider this to be the best video game that I had when I was young. The best Atari video game that I had when I was younger. This was mainly due to the fact that you could play it for hours, and you're basically just exploring the space, and you can basically get lost in there. And figuring out the timing and figuring out how to run beneath the condors and the bats and get around the frogs and jump over the scorpions and things. Even scorpions are still my nemesis. I really have trouble with them. But you're basically invincible, and because you don't die, you just return back to a starting point. So basically, the game ends if either you solve it or you turn it off, and so you could get lost in the game. And the object of the game is to recover your niece Rhonda, your cat Quicklaw, and a diamond ring that's called the Raj Diamond, and they are scattered throughout the tunnels in the game. And my best friend had this game for the 5200, and I don't want to get into a lot of detail about the 5200 here, but after you solve the game, a secret passageway opens up, and you play an additional level. And I know because he called me, and I think he showed me one time, but he never let me play it because he didn't really allow anybody to touch his 5200 because the controllers were very delicate. And I think he had broken one of them, and he only had one left, and he didn't want it to... he didn't want to, lose the system, and he was very gentle with with that working controller after that. So, with this game, you can attain a cliffhanger award if you score 99,000 points, and I will say that's actually pretty easy. I think I did it earlier in my stream where I just ran through and solved it, and that's basically what I'm going to do here. Is I'm just going to run through and solve it. I may pick up gold bars here and there, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to get a perfect score. Just going to get a lot of points. And maybe I'll do a little bit of a speed run, but I know the last vertical shaft that you have to climb up, timing is everything, and it's very difficult to avoid everything unless you've been playing it hours on hours on hours, because you have to recognize the patterns of the enemies and things like that. So VGR ratings for this game: the graphics are rated 5 for excellent, and the playability, is 4 for fun, even though I'm yawning. It's actually a really fun game, and I think it actually has been ranked very high in the Atari 2600 available video games out there in retro game reviews. And here we see this is the game. That's the rat that you need to get at the end, and it actually is keeping Quicklaw from keeping you from getting to Quicklaw at the very beginning, because Quicklaw is that shaky cat. So I'm just going to hit reset here. So that cat is at the very end, so you need to go all the way back around to this point to end the game. That does not need to be the last point that you rescue in the game. You can explore it freely and recover the items in any order, but that's generally where people end. So I'm just going to start, and I'm going to do it like a speed run here. I'm not going to try for a perfect score. So that's a little trick. If you just run straight through, that condor doesn't hit you. Most of the time. Sometimes it does. And this rat you cannot jump over. I just want to show you that, because Quicklaw is on the other side of that. So now that I've fallen down into the cavern, I can't get back up to the surface at all. There's no ladder back up to the surface. And there is a gold bar at the surface that you need to go through, and I'll show you that when it comes down to it. So if I die here, I would go back to the surface because there's a scorpion. I hate scorpions. So it's above here. There's a gold bar on the surface above this. And you see it's pretty, there's a lot of gold bars throughout this game. But it's because the opportunity to die is so frequent. Ugh, see, like that. I just missed that edge, and I landed one level down. So I'm gonna lose all the 5,000 that I gained from that. Just about all the 5,000 that I gained from that. So there, I don't know if you saw that. There's a gold bar up there, and that may be the one that I missed. Because your timing has to be perfect on that. I get it now. It very well could be the one that I missed. Nope, I'm gonna miss that. And this is a dangerous space to fall because there are so many so I think if I jump here, so I could have just gone through, but since we're not trying for a perfect score, ugh. See, and that's the thing, it's just subtle. I missed that very subtly. And I lost a lot of those points that I just got. But I do want to get 99,000 here. I think I have enough now that I can just do the speed drop, as I call it. Speed drop is this. Just fall into the water. You don't lose any points if you fall into the water. But on this side, if you fall down this side of the screen, the bats are far enough away that they don't get you. In this, you need everything to come out perfect. Ugh, scorpions. No, God! Ugh. The longer the drop is, the more points, or the longer the raise is, the more points it takes away. So I'm just gonna eat it. Ugh, I didn't see that bad, otherwise I wouldn't have stopped. I'm just hurting myself worse and worse here every time. So there's winds in the cave that push you to the side. So you can see I'm holding the joystick to the right, and you see me shifting. It's probably going to land me on one that has a... no. Here we go. Scorpion again. So here's an opportunity to get some gold. And I might... Too early and then too late. I don't know what's going on here. No! Okay, so most people would shy away just from 5,000 points. I think I'm going to as well. To get 2 counters, I'm just going to go up here to the top. Now here's your niece. This is your niece Rhonda. That's the first one. She's only worth 10,000 points. So now I'm going to go touch this. Because I believe I need to jump from this level. And you can trick the scorpion. It may not be this level though. Nope, it's not. I might fall in the water here. No. Yeah, gold bar. Ascending this is so much easier. This is where I need to jump from. And this is to get the Raj Diamond. So there it is. So now you can just drop straight down. You only lose 100 points. The right way to do it is to jump. I think if you jump, you don't lose the points because you go to another thing. But now here we have the cross. So now I think we got another scorpion. I jumped and it just jump straight up. Because I knew I jumped too early and I pulled back on the joystick. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna lose 80,000 points just over this scorpion. Ugh. Timed it wrong. I stuttered. I pushed my joystick and I realized after. And this is the hardest segment of the game, this town. This is the last shaft. This is the shaft you gotta climb to get to Quick Claw. And your timing has to be perfect on these things. And I'm so rusty at this game. I used to do this with ease. That was close. The best part is you can reset the condors. Ugh. Gonna take everything I have to finish this game. I'm gonna do it though. Getting better with the scorpion. I can't believe I'm struggling so much here. So here you notice on this side there's nothing. There's a condor there, but there's no gold. There's no point in going that way, so I'm just going to go up the ladder. And once he passes, I'll just climb straight up. Then I'll follow the bat, and I think there's going to be another bat. Condor. Now there may be a gold bar beneath me, but based on how I've been doing lately, there's not. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's a cross here, so we're halfway through. I believe they give you a gold bar over here as a reward. And this also may be the one that I missed. You know, it's a simple one. Ugh, that was my mistake. I risked it. I didn't need to. Ah, I pushed up. That was close. Oh no! I don't usually do that with condors. Alright, let's do what I normally do. There's a way, if the condor is in a certain animation point when you leave the screen, it will fly in the second screen and the wings are up like that. And so then I pick this point here and it almost always peaks there, and so you can get underneath it. Played this game a lot. Too much, probably. Alright, so let's do it again. Wings up. See? Predictable. Ah, I went too soon. Nope, too late. Now there's free gold there, but I'm not going to get them because I hate scorpions. So this stupid rat that stops you at the very beginning of the game. Now you can go all the way back through now if you want. I'm not going to. And so when I get Quick Claw, that's the end of the game, and I will have over 99,000 points. So I'm gonna put my Explorer's badge. So that's it. That's Pitfall 2. And that's Pitfall 2 solved in getting the Explorer's badge. So it's really not that hard once you've figured out how to predict the condors and the bats. I mean, the frogs are a little bit of a challenge. The condors are basically the biggest, you know, because they cover the widest variety on the screen. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward game. So I'll take that out. and I'm going to move these out of the way. I got a lot of stuff to do here now. So like I mentioned, my last game is H.E.R.O, and this is a PAL cartridge. This came from Australia. So I'm going to put this in the Atari and show you what it looks like unconverted. So really not good, really not playable. Fortunately, move some stuff around here. Junk everywhere. I have this little contraption. And see, it says PAL, and it converts back and forth to NTSC and PAL between them. And I think CCAM as well, but it doesn't say it on there. And there's a little switch here on the side to pick that it's PAL or NTSC. And I have it switched to PAL. And I basically put this in line with the cord, a video cord, for the video signal. It also takes audio, but I don't bother with that because it's not necessary. So my screen's going to go blue here for a second while I unplug the video cord from my HDMI upscaler. It's going to go black. Oh, then it's going to go blue. Okay. So there's no signal. And so now I'm going to plug this converter box into the upscaler. And I'm going to plug the video signal into the converter box. And trust me, I've bought multiple things here to try to get this to work. I have PAL 2600s, I have PAL tuners, I have all sorts of stuff. I have a PAL RF to composite switch. So I'm going to plug the converter box in, and now you see. It doesn't say it, but that blue box up in the top corner says PAL. So I just plugged it in and it works great. And maybe that blue box stays there always. No, it goes away. So now we're playing this game, which is a PAL cartridge, on an NTSC Atari, hooked it up to an NTSC TV, or my computer under HDMI in this case, and the game is actually playable, and it actually works really well. I'm surprised because this box I think is only like $13 on Amazon, and I just took a chance. And everything else that I bought said, oh, for sure it's going to work, but this is the only thing that did, and it was just a cheap converter box. So I will call up my information on H.E.R.O. So H.E.R.O is cartridge AG-036-04. It was released in 1984. So you notice today that, and I didn't mention it for Pitfall II, but we've switched over to 1984 releases. And this uses a joystick controller. And this is another game I did not play as a child. And also, I've had this cartridge in my collection for 20 years, but until recently when I bought this converter box, I wasn't able to play it. And people talked about how great a game this was, and I had it and I was just not able to play it, and I really wasn't playing a lot of Atari. Unfortunately, if I had the NTSC version, I probably would have been playing it, but because I had the PAL version, it just wasn't doable. With all that static, it just wasn't fun. Also, I ordered on eBay. I just finally found somebody that was willing to sell it at a good price, the NTSC version of the game, and eBay had a bunch of discounts and stuff, and so I basically got it for a reasonable price. But it had to, I had to put a best offer in, and they made a counter offer, and then I had to apply these coupons and all this stuff just to get it at a reasonable price. But I was able to do it. And so I have an NTSC version. It probably will be here Friday, but this is very playable. The colors may bleed a little bit, but it is very playable. And so I don't really have a lot of experience in this game. I practiced it a little bit. I think I saved the first 4 miners in the game, but other than that, I really struggled with the game. It's very easy to die. It's very easy to drop some dynamite and accidentally and kill yourself. So I just wanted to note, I found it interesting that this game and Pitfall 2 came out at about the same time. It's like, one game you're exploring these old, apparent, they say caverns, but it looks like a mine shaft. And then, this game you're going and rescuing people that are lost in a mine, and it's kind of funny. They're totally different games, and H.E.R.O looks, in higher graphic systems, it looks a lot better. But it's still a pretty fun game to play. So I stole some more information off of Wikipedia, so I'll just read that now. The player is equipped with a backpack-mounted helicopter unit, which allows him to hover and fly, along with a helmet-mounted laser and a limited supply of dynamite. Each level consists of a maze of mine shafts that Roderick, that's your name, Roderick H.E.R.O, our hero, must safely navigate in order to reach the miners trapped at the bottom. The backpack has a limited amount of power, so the player must reach the miner before the power supply is exhausted, in which the player restarts the level from the beginning. Oh, if you don't, the level starts over. The player needs only enough power to reach the trapped miner, not to return him as well. So you just need to reach the bottom. You don't need to get back up to the top. The mine shafts may be blocked by cave-ins, magma, and dynamite. The dynamite can clear them. The laser also can destroy cave-ins, but far more slowly than the dynamite. Unlike cave-ins, magma is lethal when touched, and it's difficult to see what's magma. In other games, higher graphic games, it works well. It kind of flashes. That's really how you can tell what it is. And in level 4, I was dying a few times, and then I realized I was just touching magma. It was just a surface that was just magma. Later levels include walls of magma with openings that alternate between open and close, requiring skillful navigation. Mine shafts are populated by spiders, unknown creatures that are deadly to the touch, and these creatures can be destroyed using a laser or dynamite. So I know there's snakes that come out of the wall and stuff like that. Some deep mines are flooded, forcing the player to hover safely above the water. In later levels, monsters strike out from below the water. Some mine sections are illuminated by lanterns. The lanterns sometimes get destroyed if you touch them, basically. And the section of the mine becomes pitch black. And sometimes it'll become visible when you explode some dynamite, but it's only for a brief second. Points are scored for each cave-in cleared and each creature destroyed. When the player reaches the miner, the points are awarded for the rescue, along with the amount of power remaining. In the backpack, for each remaining stick of dynamite, extra lives are awarded at 20,000 points, for every 20,000 points scored. So VGR ratings for this game, graphics are rated 4 for good, and playability is 5 for irresistible. And I'll say it's pretty fun. I've only played it for like half an hour, and I've had a good time playing it. And that's part of the reason why I bought the NTSC version is, I probably want to play this game on a regular basis. And my setup here on the computer, I can put all these conversion boxes in place and do it, but my setup in my lab space or in my game room or my game basement, it's a space in my basement, that goes, I can hook converter boxes in there, but I prefer just to keep it set up. Sometimes I just run it to my little 13-inch color TV, and then other times I run it to a computer monitor, but that monitor is very dark, and so I struggle with seeing all the features when I do that. So anyway, I got the NTSC coming because this is a pretty fun game. It's fun enough that I spent the time trying to buy it, but just be patient. People are going to want $100 for it. It's not worth that. I paid like $60 with shipping, which probably is more than it should have been, but it is a pretty fun game, and it's one worth adding to your collection. Okay, so I'm going to start with game 1, and I'll play through that a couple times, and then later I'll probably go to higher level games just by selecting, because some of the games start at higher levels, and I'm not going to achieve them, but I'd like to at least show them. Okay, so here I am. So now I'm on the ground, and I just drifted down, because if you push down, you drop dynamite right away. So this is a cave-in. It says your laser can do it. Ooh, it does. Look at that. But it uses a lot of energy. Maybe you gotta be right up on it. So this one I'm going to use dynamite on. And you got to get away from that, because it... So here's a point of advice for you in the game. If there's an easy path or a hard path, it usually is the hard path. And take your time on these bats, because they move up and down. And if you don't kill it, it kills you. And there's tons of time in these games. And it just got killed. No. Again, easy path, hard path. Okay, so now here, dynamite. Woo. Dynamite. So first three, no problem. Easy path, hard path. Oh, it's just that easy to die, too. Now see that? I'd have to fly to kill it. I'm just not even going to bother. So now you got a choice. I'm going to try this side. Yeah, it's probably the better choice, because I would have died going the other way. Come on. So level 5. So that was game 15,000. So luckily game 2 starts at level 5. Let's see what I do. So here's magma. And it says that it'll destroy it, but it didn't. This is where I was always dying. So that's magma there. I'm losing all my lives. This is crazy. Okay, so there's a wall here, and there's a friggin' snake there. Okay, so that's lava. It blew that magma cave in out, but I'm going to reset it since I got a little more information on this level now. Even though I lost 3 lives on that stupid... Oh, and then I just shut out the... Fortunately here, I only lost 1 life that time. Oof. So I probably can kill that bat with dynamite. Oof. Got the dude. It's funny how they pull their hand up. Now, see, that might be lava. Yeah, that's lava. See how it's flashing? That's how you can tell it's lava. Ah, come on. Alright, so let's go to game 3, which is an even higher level. So that's lava again. Ooh, that was lucky. Holy cow, you gotta be perfect! Holy cow, that's hard. These higher levels are ridiculous. Wow. Oh no, I know what I need to do. I need to go up. Wow, this game is hard. I saw it too late. Oh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Alright, and then the last one, this is level 17. This is the hardest level, I think, in the game. Hardest level, I'm sure. So I'm going to go back to game 2. I'm going to play that a little more. Because I got to level 5. You saw me get to level 5. And in reality, I'm not really ready for anything other than level 5. Oh, I'm not even ready for level 5. That's the only choice to go down here, because, well, you got the spider and the light. Ah, crap. Ah, I killed myself. See, that's what I say. Don't push down, because that's what I did there. I rushed it. That was lucky. Come on, I was at the bottom. I know I'm at the bottom. All right. I'm playing. Do you want her? No. In fact, level 5 is actually kind of easy. Level 6, I only got 1 life, so I probably won't do it that long. It's so easy to... And this was the only one that you could go down. And that went into nowhere. We go down this one, then we fall through 2 screens. I feel like I need to go down where the claw is. No! I thought I could run across him. Alright, I'm going to reset it again. Try it one more time. Ugh, forgot about that claw. Remembered about the lava this time, though. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Wasted a life. Right here by the rescue. Again, patience. This game is really about having patience. I'm just gonna go this way. I got dynamite. Let's see if that. Nope. If I just had hold on. And I shut the light out. Hey, I rescued the dude. All right, level 7. Ugh. Now, I know there was a shaft over here. Well, that's game. That's Hero. It's actually pretty fun, and as you can see, I just kept wanting to go further and further. Um, Fortunately, the game is set up so that you can skip forward to levels if you, you know, if you are playing and there's, you die at certain levels. Honestly, best case is you just play it through one at a time. The better you get, the more you memorize it, the easier it becomes. So, anyway, that is my stream for today. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it, and I will be back tomorrow with 3 more games. If you like retro gaming and you like what I'm calling this legacy gaming, please subscribe to me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm active on all 3 platforms. If there's something you'd like to see, please leave me a message and I will respond. If you participate in chat in Twitch, that's probably the least likely to get a response because I focus a lot on playing games. But YouTube, I respond to comments, and Twitter, I definitely respond to tweets. I'm very active on there, and I leave a lot of additional content on Twitter. So, as always, be healthy, stay safe, wash your hands, and social distance. Thank you again for watching my stream. Have a good evening.